Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on my truck again. I'm working on a 1996 F250 if anyone does not know. We are going to be changing the selector valve. I deleted one of my tanks. Actually I deleted my front tank, put a 40-gallon tank in the back. So I do not need this switch anymore, but I have two auxiliary switches that I would like to put in place of this. So I bought me a new switch. Also went on Amazon, bought me this tab. This was like $8, this was like $10. And I'm going to be putting this tab on top of where the rocker is right here, making it flat. And then I'm gonna be drilling 2 holes in it and putting my flush mount push buttons in it. So the first thing we need to do is start taking this part apart and see kind of what's inside and what I can do to get this rocker switch off, and if it's hollow. Hopefully it's hollow. If it's not, we'll be whittling stuff out with the router, or with the Dremel, my bad. So let's get right to work. Okay, so that did not take very long at all. As you can see, switch still flips. There is nothing inside of the back part, but this plastic area right here is gonna be a problem. So we'll have to get that cut off. I'm thinking maybe I'll cut off the back of this box too, just so it's not sticking in my truck so much. It gives a little bit more room. Actually, I'm not thinking about it. I am gonna cut this off. It'll just make it nicer and a little bit neater. I think I can get a screwdriver in there, not a screwdriver, a drill bit in there and drill the edges of those off so the switch will come out. So that will be the next thing we do. But what was inside, just a little plug right there. And then this sat on top. So whenever you rock that switch, it would touch the right contacts. So it would read the right gauge and everything like that. So that's all trash now. So yeah, the next thing we're gonna do, like I said, grab a drill real fast, try to drill that out on both sides, and yeah, I'll be back to y'all after that. All right, so that was quick and easy. So I just foam. Okay, that's just foam in there. So I was trying to figure out what these little tabs were. But yeah, the next thing we are gonna do is grab a hacksaw or some kind of saw, pop this off right here, cut it right along that edge, and take this back piece off. So I went ahead and used that scroll saw and it worked actually really well. So I also cut the front piece. This is just a piece of plastic now. It did have this tab on the back of it. They use these in rocker switch panels, usually probably seen in a UTV, ATV, some stuff like that. So just cut that off the back like that, or sanded it down with the belt sander. And then same with the fuel thing, cut off the back, sanded it down with the fuel, or the with the belt sander. And then this is the extra piece here. So it's just a little box. The next thing we need to do now is I'm gonna brainstorm on this for a little bit and try to figure out how I'm going to get the my 2 buttons in here. And after I figure that out, I'll get back to y'all and kind of show y'all what I'm gonna do, drill the holes and everything like that. So give me some time and I'll get back to y'all. Okay, so it's the next day. I went ahead and glued the plate onto the front of this, also drilled 2 of the holes in it. This bottom hole, I have it upside down, this bottom hole is gonna work really well. Not gonna have a problem with it, I don't think at all. So I'm gonna drill that here in 1 second. This top hole on the other hand, if you can see here, it's right there. When you flip to the back, it's right on the edge of this plastic edge. So that is where I'm running into a problem, because when I drill through it, I'm gonna be breaking this off. So what I'm gonna try and do is take apart the back of the block I cut off yesterday, cut this piece down. There's a little line right here. I'm gonna cut that down and I'm gonna glue it right here. I don't work with plastic like ever, so I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but it's worth a try. I'm just gonna get some super glue it in there really well, and then hope for the best. So that's what the plan is at the moment. But like I said, the first thing we're gonna do, drill this bottom hole. It has to be a 3/4 inch hole for the plug to fit in. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. Okay, so I did a little bit more work on it. Here is the switch panel. I have to plug in the switches at different angles because there's a little tab out here that you push on to take the back piece off. So there's a tab on this side and then the other tab's over here. So that will slip into this piece, which I broke off when I was drilling, but it's just because it was glued. So that's gonna slip in just like that, as you can see there. This silver piece will be taken out, that will be taken off. I'm gonna try to melt these nuts into the plastic. Don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna try it, and then hopefully it does, because then it will keep it better, or it'll have a better connection. So yeah, other than that, everything's looking good. I did cut this piece out, which is going to be slid in right under this to just give this piece a little bit more support, because as you can see there, it is not attached much anymore. So hopefully that will give this little piece, like I said, a little bit of support at least to help it there in the future. So other than that, like I said, I'm gonna try to burn these in or melt these into the plastic. I think that's the best alternative. I was hoping I was able to thread them in, but I can't do that. And then I'm also gonna have to wallow out the back, or hollow out the back here a little bit more, just because it's not working correctly to fit the connectors over. It's too small of a hole. I have to have it a little bit bigger, especially on this back side, to be able to clip those connectors on. So other than that, we're good to go. Actually, I was wrong. So that's a good thing, because they do connect. I don't have to do any kind of cutting or anything. They are completely connected right now. So on. And these will be sitting right here. If anyone does not know where I'm talking about, that's where they will be sitting. This isn't used for anything right now, so I'm just gonna shove that back into my dash somewhere, tape it up, make sure it doesn't rattle, and then I'll put this down there into here. All right, well, I'm back. I did the burning off camera. I just used a bolt that was the exact same size, heated up, stuck it in there, and now this will slide perfectly in there, and it sits flush. If I can get it in there correctly. There we go. Sits flush. I gotta do a little bit of grinding on the plastic itself, and then I'm going to glue the nuts in there, and also probably give it a quick spray paint of some black. And after that, we will start taking my dash apart, or while that's drying, I'm gonna start taking my dash apart so I can get to the selector valve. So I've taken these off once before when I first got the truck, and the clips were very brittle on the backside. So I'm gonna hopefully not break them any more than they are already, and try not to destroy my vinyl, but not looking promising. Okay, we got that one off. The vinyl, if anyone has been watching the channel for a while, I think you saw me put the vinyl on. It has for sure faded in the sun. So that's just something to keep in mind if someone wants to do this. I know I had a comment the other day about someone asking me where I got this. I literally bought it off of Amazon and just wrapped them. I just thought it would look a little bit nicer in the truck, so. All right. That one's completely snapped off. It was just sitting in there. So I'm gonna have to super glue that one back together. The next thing we have to do is take these little bolts out and then pull this off in the top. So I'm gonna put you all on time lapse for that part. All right, so I pulled the wires from down there up to here now, and then I shoved my selector valve back in here and kind of braced it under the light switch, and that is in hopes that it's not gonna rattle when I'm going down the road. The other thing you have to take off before you take off the bezel is the light plug, and that is this piece right here. You need to get a screwdriver and push down on that little metal piece in there, push straight down on it, and then give it a nice tug, and it will come off. So I believe I got all of it off without breaking any clips on the actual bezel itself. I hope, at least. But while I'm waiting for my my new switch to dry, I am going to kind of clean up some of the dust in here and wipe off my gauge cluster. And then there's a dirt dauber's nest in my AC, so I'm gonna get that out also while I'm here. But other than that, yeah, I just need to wait for that thing to finish drying, and then we'll be ready to put it all back together. Okay, so I know this is not the best angle ever, but it's as good as I can get for y'all. I'm sorry about that. But I marked number 1, which is gonna be my top one. This is gonna go to my fog lights. So we're gonna pop that one in there. Get all the way in. Works, fog lights work. And then we're gonna go pop number 2 in there, which is going to be my extra plug for right now. Here in the future, I'm gonna be putting something I think is pretty cool in it. But y'all just have to stick around and see that one. Just make sure it turns on. So that one works, that one works. Looks like we're good. Just wanna make sure these are on tight. Not gonna wiggle off or anything. All right, I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse, throw this thing back on, and we will show you the end result. All right, we are completely done now. I think it came out looking pretty good. Everything works. So top one is my fog lights. My bottom one is my spare for right now. They both turn on. Lights turn on. I made these buttons. Here, let me turn that off. I made these buttons green so they match the dashboard. Just thought that would be pretty nice to do in there. But other than that, thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.